So I think I forgot I had a couple other Halloween books to read to you guys. This is called Room on the Broom. And our neighbor's doing some work outside, so you may hear that every now and then. Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson. The witch had a cat and a hat that was black, a long ginger hair and a braid down her back. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly that it blew off her hat. Down, cried the witch as they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with a hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I am a dog, as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me? Yes, cried the witch as the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and forest they flew, the dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her braid. I'm sorry, the wind, no, but away blew the bow from her braid, just like that. Over the let's see. Down, cried the witch as they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out from a tree, with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, and then said, as the witch tied the braid in her bow, I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch, so the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the reeds and rivers they flew, the birds shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back and beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down, cried the witch as they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but it could not be found. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand on a fold in her cloak, I am a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me? Yes, said the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and what do you think happened? The broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. They went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. I am a dragon, as mean as can be, and which with French fries tastes delicious to me. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. "Help!" cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew near with a glint in his eyes and said, "Just this once, I'll have witch without fries." Ugh. But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads. It had wings like a bird. And its terrible voice, when it started to speak, was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched and it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." You guys who know who that is, right? The dragon flew back as he started to shake. "I'm sorry," he sputtered. "I made a mistake. But now I must fly," and he spread out his wings. Soon he was off, out through the sky. Then down flew the bird, and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat, and "Phew," said the dog. "And thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you I would be in that dragon's inside." So they saved her. Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone, and throw something in." So the frog found a lily, and the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well. And while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zackety, zoom. And then out rose, what rhymes with zoom? I'll bet you I know. A truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, a pool for the frog. "Yes," cried the witch. They all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Look at that cool broom. So if that dragon had eaten the witch in 2 slices of bread, he would have had a sandwich.